I'm the jumps coach at Fishers High School.
You know, one of the things that you notice about Coach Rogers as soon as you start to talk to him is he has a natural passion and love for jumping. He really develops a good rapport with his jumpers, and he loves doing it. You can just tell that it's a passion of his. And my name's Eduardo Torres. I teach English in theater at Fishers High School, and I coach assistant coach track and cross country. I coach jumps. I coach long jump predominantly.
I grew up in Noblesville and had two younger brothers. I was the oldest, so I had to take care of my brothers when I was younger. I did a little bit of everything in high school. Played football, played basketball, wrestling. Did a little bit of everything. The head high school track coach saw me in PE. I was playing basketball. He thought I was athletic. He wanted me to come out and try out for the team. And didn't really find a spot till I linked up with Potter, and vault kind of became my main. Pole vault became my main event.
Ryan Potter, track and field coach, pole vault and hurdles for Fishers High School.
Coach Potter kind of kept me grounded. I wouldn't say I was a bad kid, but I was a little wild, I guess you would say. Coach Potter kind of kept me grounded and kept me focused and motivated to achieve the goal that he set out for us to achieve. The one that I never thought that I would, but so he kept me motivated and grounded and focused on getting myself to the next level.
I was Travis Rogers' coach in high school. I coached at Noblesville High School. Started coaching Travis his freshman year in the pole vault, and Travis was actually the first all-state athlete I ever coached, and we just had a quick bond, especially with it being my first year of coaching and not having a lot of experience with working with athletes. It was kind of fun because I was young and kind of growing up with him, and it was a unique experience between the two of us, and the bond that has carried through today, that we're still friends and always looked out for him.
I'll probably say Coach Graham and Coach Potter, and then Coach Potter's father, Bob Potter. They played a big part in helping me develop and become the athlete that I was.
When I ran in high school, I ran for my dad, and it was fun when I became a high school coach because I had my dad around, and I never coached with my dad, but I coached against him, and we did a lot of clinics and conferences together, and I kind of feel like I realized Travis isn't my son, but we spent so much time together, and I had such a vested interest in him that getting to coach with him is almost like having a chance to coach with your son, and it's fun. It's fun to be with him.
Setbacks. Our junior year of high school, they decided they were going to start making us wear helmets, which was kind of a setback. That was a little weird, hard to get used to. My senior year, they changed the sizes of the pole vault mats, and we hadn't gotten ours in, so I had to really diversify what I did to try to help the team out at that point. Couldn't vault for like at least the first quarter of the season, maybe half of the season, so had to kind of diversify the ways I could contribute to the team since I couldn't there. My junior year was the year I started to really break out. It was a little rough for us for half the season, like I said, with the helmet thing, trying to get accustomed to that. I think it was at the county meet when I broke the school record that I came down in the box. That was a little difficult for me, so I was kind of injured through the whole tournament, but we were able to kind of muscle through it, and I think I ended up placing tied for 9th in state that year. And then my senior year, we kind of, at the end of the season, were battling with injuries, trying to get on bigger poles. I was kind of at that point. I jumped 14.8 at sectionals, broke the sectional record, and was on a good pace to be in that top 2 and potentially win state that year. And we had some bad weather at the regional meet, and I was trying to get on a bigger pole. I think it was my hamstring. I had just torn to pieces. I was trying to just muscle through it the rest of the meet. Still ended up winning, but came down pretty hard on that. So I was kind of battling injury the whole back end of my junior and senior year season. And then at the state meet, we had rain, so it kept starting and stopping. So I ended up getting injured there. I think I might have got 8th that year too. I don't really remember, but yeah. So it was definitely, those 2 years were definitely a mental struggle for me with injury, and trying to keep it together.
He was rough around the edges, and he and I didn't have conflict, so to speak. We'd get at each other. The issues I normally had with him were things that were going on at school. In practice, there were very few kids that outworked Travis. He was a hard worker, and he wanted to be successful on track. I think his biggest obstacles always came in the classroom.
Well, because of me not taking school as an important thing that I needed to focus on when I was younger, I started getting all kind of scholarship offers after my junior year, and found that it was tough for me. And I actually found out the week before classes were supposed to start that I didn't get into the college I wanted to go to. So I had to go the junior college route, which a lot of athletes do. But you know, if I would have paid attention to school like I should have, I wouldn't have been in that boat at all. So I had to go to junior college first. I went to Rend Lake, and then I transferred to University of Indianapolis. When I knew I wanted to come back and coach, it was my senior year at University of Indianapolis, and again I was fighting an injury, and Ron Colley, which was right around the corner from my college, needed a pole vault coach, and they reached out and to our head coach, Coach Fangman, and asked if anybody would be interested. And since I was kind of nursing an injury, I wasn't competing indoor. He suggested me, so I got into it, and I really found that the way that I coach, as opposed to some other coaches, was beneficial to the kids that I had there, and I just kind of fell into it.
It kind of kicked in when he was in college, that the way he interacted with, and he'd come back, you could see that it was there, and he really enjoyed teaching the kids how to do events. I wasn't sure if it would stick. I didn't know if his career path would allow him the time, because I knew he didn't want to be a teacher. That wasn't something he wanted to do, so I wasn't sure if his career path would allow him to be a coach. I kind of thought he'd end up at the college level coaching. That was kind of the path I thought he'd end up going, is to be a college level coach. But yeah, after he was done with high school, and when he was in his college career, and he'd come back and hang out with me, just the way he acted with the boys, you could tell that was he had that knack, that coaching knack, and I hoped he would be a coach. And I was really excited when he got the opportunity to coach.
I'm Jackson Dunn, and I pole vault and high jump. I love him. Me and him, he was my first real jumping coach ever when I came in freshman year, and he taught me how to pole vault, and he changed what I learned in like junior high for my high jump like technique and stuff. The way he coaches has got me to where I am right now. I mean, he taught me how to do all the stuff I'm doing, and I think his coaching style is very effective.
If you spend any amount of time listening to him coach his kids, you can tell that the knowledge is there, the skills there, and it's fun to watch. It's you know, as an educator, it's fun to see how he interacts and works with those kids, and then subsequently drives them to be their best.
My biggest accomplishment as a coach, I coached the first and only state champion so far. I mean, they might have had one since then, but the first state champion ever in Ron Colley's history. I coached him to win the high jump, and they didn't really have a jumps program, so I definitely started the program and got that under wraps. So that was probably my biggest accomplishment as a coach, and almost in my athletic career, you know, being able to help a kid accomplish such a feat that, you know, was injury kind of stole from me, helping somebody else have that. So it's nice to be able to share that with somebody.
It's hard to not like working with him because of the sort of the energy that he brings to it. He's very energetic and positive about jumping, and that's a fun atmosphere to be in.
If I wasn't coaching, what would I be doing? I own my own business, so I'll probably be spending a little more time with that. But there would definitely be a void of something that was important to me. You know, a lot of times you don't get as lucky as being able to coach with finding a job that you're passionate about, that you want to go to work for, and it's not necessarily about the money. Something that's important to you. And so I don't know where I'd be if I didn't have coaching. It's kind of a big deal to me to be able to affect athletes' lives and change things and kind of tell my story so they can learn from my mistakes.